It's your boy, Boss Harris, aka the Crazy Uncle. Hey, guess what? This your first time tuning in. Go ahead. Hit the doggone subscribe button. Hit notification bell every time I post up new content. Before we go any further, today's episode is being brought to you in part by the lovely people that make this fantastic drink, Four Loco. As you can see, electric lemonade is my favorite out of all of them. And it always tastes fantastic. So now, no, the people did not ask me to advertise their drink. This is something that I'm doing because I'm the goddamn crazy uncle. But I'm not as crazy as these three individuals that I'm going to be talking about today. You know, it amazes me. It motherfucking amazes me how these jack-egg preachers, they want money that damn tough that they feel like this, they want to see your goddamn tax bill like this bastard here. This sorry-ass sack of shit as a pastor. Gonna ask his church members to see their tax return. That ain't none of your motherfucking business. But I want to say, listen to this bastard. Like, really.
I ask you that all church members bring a copy of your tax returns so that I can review them. I'm gonna put a stop to some of y'all playing in my face during tithes and offerings on Sunday morning. Amen.
Okay, look, motherfucker. Okay, first and foremost, let's do a couple of things here. Acts 17:24 says, now, granted fact, I'm gonna say Yahweh. So it says, Yahweh, who created the heavens and the earth, does not dwell in temples made by man's hands, nor is he worshipped by man's hands. So if y'all didn't know what that mean, or you either writing out a check or you reach it in your back pocket, you know, to get this man some money. But I'm telling you something, people, you cannot pay your way into heaven, at least not by no damn money. And it's quite obvious. These people, they have not, as of yet, read the fine print. Oh my! This money is of legal tender, right? Meaning ain't nothing back in that shit. And so, and then even what's so bad about it, right? August 15, 1971. What did President Nixon do to the American dollar? He took away the gold standard act. Bro, so from 1971 up until now, ain't shit been backing the American dollar. Well, honestly, you could act, because, you know, it went from the gold standard and then it went to the petrodollar, which but I really don't know how long the petrodollar lasts, even if they even still doing such a thing. But in either case, I mean, put it like this. If they still doing the petrodollar now you understand why this shit going on over there with Iraq right now. But I got to tell you this. I have to say this. Don't let these motherfuckers fool you just because of what the fuck is going on over there in Iran. Ain't got shit to do with the motherfucking gas prices. I guess you bastards forgot what's next week, you know, which is spring break. Motherfuckers gonna be in their cars traveling every goddamn way. And they're not gonna let no little pesky $3.10 or wherever it is in whatever part of the nation that you're in, right? Just because the gas prices are high ain't gonna stop nobody from actually like really going where they want to do. Go get buck wild, you know, college girls going wild and all that kind of shit. It's not gonna stop them, people. So, but you know, I know I'm getting off subject, yeah. But Here's something else. If Acts 17:24 didn't get it for you, then maybe you look at Colossians, 2nd chapter, verses 14 through 19. But the first verse is the main one that you need to worry about. Blotted out all of the handwritten ordinances that was against us, right? Which was contrary to us. So all that stuff got nailed to the cross. That's why I said what the hell Acts 17:24 said. Does not dwell in temples made by man's hands, because what did they nail to the cross? They nailed his hands and his feet, which did away with doggone foot washing. Right? But there's always a but. Sometimes that some bitch is not clean worth a damn. But hey, that didn't get y'all. Check this shit here out. I think this one here is more fucked up than the other one.
1,000 of you, I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. There's 1,000 of you, I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors.
Now, you hear that, right? Same exact shit, right? So again, you really gotta ask yourself, okay, they still living by the old law. Now people, I know, like with a lot of y'all just know about the 10 Commandment law, but just know that it's a grand total of 613, and just know that the main 10 that they talk about in the Bible is part of that 613. I already done told you, right? What did Acts 17:24 say? Yahweh ain't gonna be in there, so what the hell you doing in there? Right? This is how these jackleg preachers get you. Here it is, the main Joshua himself walked the earth plane for 33 years. Didn't ask nobody for damn nickel, even though I'm pretty sure it wasn't. I'm almost willing to believe that it was some type of money or currency, which I really thought that was going to be that one. But you just said, notice I didn't say money. I said currency. Okay, then. So I'm going to bring a cow to your church. They're my 10%. Or I'm going to actually really just start bringing you some fruit or whatever. It's they're your 10%, right? But I'm just like, okay, why the fuck would I do that to you when you got a church? You bringing in people to a building that Yahweh said that he would not be in. So what the fuck is wrong with y'all? I already know. Trust me, crazy uncle, I already know what the fuck wrong with y'all. Right? You're greedy and you're lazy. Don't want to do a goddamn thing. Right? So that's enough about those two. Because I'm pretty sure all the rest of them are doing it too, right? They probably gonna be asking for your motherfucking tax returns, right? But then, like I said, right? That ain't none of your goddamn, that ain't none of your motherfucking business. Right? And for the most part, it's the number one reason why I stopped going to church. Because they want to pass the goddamn collection plate around too goddamn much for me. Right? So, hey, look. So for all of y'all that still want to go to that pastor's church, go on and take them your motherfucking tax returns. And just know that just means it's still, you still ain't gonna get shit from me. Motherfucker, I'm retired. Right? So But even if I wasn't retired, guess what? I ain't finna give shit to your motherfucking ass. Plain and simple. Last piece of business. Old Megan Thee Stallion. Bless her heart. You know. Motherfuckers really tried. Right? So apparently, she done did her shit with Adult Swim or whatever. So she done came out with her own anime series. Right? So I'm just gonna let this shit play. Because the question is it twerking superpowers or is that just bad motherfucking twerk air? Okay, so.
All right, y'all. So Megan Thee Stallion has a new.
See, there it is. Y'all see it? Right? That's bad twerk air. Right? Plain and simple. Ain't nothing superpowers. Ain't no superpowers about this shit here. So, I mean, like, come on now, y'all. Yeah, we gotta do better. We gotta do better.
Anime coming out, and it's.
And then what's so bad about it, right? I know y'all saw that. They actually really got up in the crack of her ass. Or his ass. Or what, whatever the case may be, right? That shit was rather foul. That shit was fucking foul. Plain and simple. Now I know what motherfuckers gonna say, right? Okay, well, this is Adult Swim. Okay, and the real version of this bitch is rather fucked up looking. Why would I want to look at a motherfucking cartoon version of the same fucked up ass bitch? You know, it's just for some fact, okay, I'm just looking at it like this, people. You already fucked up, as far as I'm concerned. You doing all this motherfucking ass shaking. You and Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, y'all doing this, and then, I mean, like, what the fuck do y'all really expect to get out of this shit? Right? Don't nobody want to see that shit. You know, it's already enough fucked up shit on TV. So now it's done come to this. Matter of fact, you know, it's just for some fact, all cartoons are fucked up. Even the shit what I used to watch back in the day. Tom and Jerry, motherfucking Transformers, He-Man, G.I. Joe, any goddamn Walt Disney cartoon or movie, right? All this shit is the SpongeBob, all that shit. You know, just like I say, any motherfucking Disney cartoon or movie, all that shit is fucked up, you know, because they gonna act like really put some perverted shit in the cartoon, just like what they doing right here, right? So, if you don't want your children to be fucked up, keep them away from the goddamn television, or at least keep them away from shit like this.
It's about to be cheeks galore. What do y'all think? You gonna watch it? You gonna? All right, y'all.
I mean, okay, you know now, how many remember watching the Boondocks, right? With Thugnificent and with the whole booty butt cheeks, booty butt cheeks. I mean, and for the simple fact, you know, that was actually really kind of fucked up too, right? You know, because Granddad got his two grandsons in there, right? And so he watching it because he pop, or in my case, pop, right? So, but you got your kids there, right? If you were gonna watch something like that, look, y'all keep your little ass in your room, right? That's how y'all do that, you know. So, but in other case, people, this is straight bullshit on every level, right? That is not no motherfucking superpower. That is bad twerk air. All right. Y'all saw the fuck coming from it. Y'all want to say it's superpowers? No. That is bad twerking. And so for the most part, I don't know. I don't know if I can still get Adult Swim, right? But either, put like this, I would rather watch the Boondocks than that shit there, right? And so they're like saying, anybody, when you get a celebrity like that, right, they want to get on motherfucking TV any way possible. They shake their ass for apparently no fucking reason. And then the other two, they got BBLs, right? So again, I'm just like, what the fuck y'all doing? That's why y'all motherfuckers, that's why a lot of you knucklehead men, right to this day, but it's everybody's fault. It's the woman's fault as well as the men. Because the thing about it though is this. Y'all as women, regardless of color, notice I did not say race, right? Regardless of color or so-called ethnic background, right? Back in the day, or at least when I was younger, right? It wasn't always about the booty. We actually really respected y'all, right? I mean, because let's look at it for a minute. Boy, and actually really talk about motherfucking tunnel vision. This is it right here. So you out and about, whether you at the jail, you at the grocery store, whatever the case may be, right? And you see a woman with a big ass. You really ain't too fucked up about her face and whatever. You just looking at the booty. But what about the rest of it? She can have a big ass, but that face look like, damn it, I'll bite you. Or, you know what? Prime example. It's this one chick at the gym. Now, she ain't got no BBL. The booty is nice, right? But that face, she look like one of them damn boxers. Them little ugly ass dogs, they look like old people, right? Is either that? Yeah, them boxers, all right? Face all fucked up, right? So that's like, okay, really, motherfucker, right? So you couldn't even fuck if you wanted to because that middle picture, you already see what a face look like. You can't fuck that even if you tried. Right? You got to look at every goddamn thing. Look at everything, fellas. Look at the whole body. And then actually really, and so say you looking at everything. You looking at all of the body. Everything about it. Every inch about it, right? And guess what? If she opened her mouth, and guess what? It's a done deal. Because you sound so fucking stupid. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Plain and simple. Right? I mean, to be perfectly honest, really don't know where this shit came from. All the kind of stuff. Put it like this. Men have been fascinated with women's bodies since Adam, right? And I'm pretty sure that Adam probably didn't give a damn about how big Eve's ass was. He wanted a helpmeet, so he got a helpmeet. And they just had kids. I mean, I ain't even gonna bullshit y'all. I would have loved to live back in those days. Just walk around butt ass naked, right? Or have a little fig leaf. What the fuck the fig leaf gonna do? Right? You see somebody, I don't know. Maybe it's true what the fuck they said about the folk back in in the so-called caveman days. You saw somebody you like, you took your damn club, clock them, knock them out, bring them back to your cave, better motherfuck shit out of them, and then the rest, as they say, is motherfucking history. Right? But I mean, so and I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm pretty sure they had walk by air. I'm gonna say walk by air because wasn't nobody twerking back then. But then again, do we really know that? I'm pretty sure Eve was shaking her ass in front of Adam. You know? But I'm just saying, okay, and not to say that they didn't know better back then. These motherfuckers today, they know better, right? And then Klay Thompson, you about the biggest simp ever. You gonna sit up there. That's supposed to be your woman, right? But you gonna let her do some shit like this? You gonna let her just shake her ass in front of everybody? Whether it's put like this, regardless of what fucked up version, whether it's the real live version or this anime shit. Just know that shit, that shit ain't gonna go too well. If it do, then just know y'all some sorry sick bastards. Like really. You finna get turned on by a motherfucking cartoon. I mean, let's actually just stop and think about that for a minute. Because you can only twerk for so goddamn long, right? I mean, what other superpowers you got? What, you got the titty twister? Right? Because you can't just twerk. You got to do something with them titties. You got to do like a titty twister or something other. Or do something with your fake ass hair and it turn into something, and then you start doing this shit here. So, so y'all already know. All what I'm saying is that y'all really need to actually stop and think about what the fuck it is that y'all watching on TV. Stop carrying your ass to church. Y'all ain't gonna be in there. And then as far as like them damn two pastors that I showed y'all earlier, God damn it, hold on. Let me see. I knew it was something that I was missing. But hold on. If I can find it, I will. If not, oh well. I'm not gonna do this too tough. But I gotta do this. I gotta do this. I really gotta do this. Y'all hold on. It's almost like that shit. What up? Hold on. Let's see here. Okay. Hold on. Let's see here. Y'all gonna have to, but put like this. I'm not gonna deal with all this. But y'all gotta look. But in either case, right? Y'all remember that one scene? Y'all remember that one scene in Players Club, right? With Bernie Mac, right? They done fucked up the club, right? And what he said? Look at my business. Look at my business. Look at my business. They done fucked up the church's money, right? So I'm gonna tell you something for you two pastors, especially for the motherfucker that say, "Hey, close the doors, close the door," and then this other motherfucker talking about, "I need to see your tax return." All right, y'all keep on with that bullshit. Y'all gonna be just like Bernie Mac. Then y'all gonna be talking about, "Look at my business. Look at my business. Look at my business. I done fucked up my own money." But just know that your money was already fucked up, right? So I'm like, ooh, what the fuck? I know I'm cussing too much, but it's what happens. Listen, it's what happens when the so-called jackland preacher, they already know you don't know shit, right? So they say, yeah, come on to the church. Come as you are. And so I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you about that come as you are bullshit. It was years ago. I was a teenager. So that's what I'm saying. It was years ago, right? So the girl that I was dating at the time, right? You know, her her grandfather was a pastor. So just know I've always, once I realized that the church is not where it's at. So, I did everything, possible to be like, okay, no, you're not finna. No, I'm not going to church with you. You cannot motherfucking melt me and pull me in the church. I'm sorry. Quit asking. Right? But, this was my girl. This was my little lady friend or whatever. So, but in either case, right? So it was me and her, of course, her mother and her uncle. So I figured, there was a little country town here in Arkansas. I forget where. But in either case, right, they were like, her uncle tapped me like, well, he asked me, he said, hey, look, nephew, bootleg house across the street. So I'm like, okay, cool. We come in here. We hear what pastor got to say. We go across the street. Go get us some beer or whatever. Then we head on back. How about this motherfucker? We ain't even 10, 15 minutes in church. He tapped me on my shoulder. Come on, nephew, let's go. So I'm like, okay. So for the most part, I'm thinking he won't talk to me about something. But he just kept on walking, and he walked across the street, right? And so I was like, oh shit, okay. He tried to beat traffic, I guess, because there were a lot of people there. So he shook the lady's hand and all that. And he like, what you drinking, nephew? So then I used to drink 40 ounces. Cold 45. That was my shit. Yeah, Billy D. Williams, all that kind of shit. But in other case, right? So we get the 40 ounces. He get one, I get one. And then just know the crazy uncle, put like this, the crazy uncle ain't always been a big person. I mean, even now, right? I don't even weigh 200 pounds. I do good if I weigh 195, right? But in other case, so we drinking the 40 ounces. He got his and I got mine, right? And so I'm just like, okay, I know we ain't going back in the church now, right? So I done killed mine. So he was like, so he didn't even ask me. He told his friend, hey, go bring 2 more out here. So I'm just like, okay, so now I'm thinking we most definitely ain't finna go back into church. Right? So he drank his, excuse me. He drank his 40, I drank mine. I'm fucked up now. Now this bastard want to go back into the church. So again, this is where the, hey, come as you are type shit, right? And it's just for the fact, okay, I know I was fucked up. I mean, because here it is. At the time, I'm barely weighing 130 pounds, right? And I got 2 40 ounces of Coke 45 me, so I'm all kinds of fucked up, right? So in that case, we go back in there. And I'm just like, no, this motherfucker ain't gonna go back into the church, and I'm fucked up. So you know how you how you try to straighten up. You try to straighten up, but they goddamn Coke 45 like, bring your ass down here, right? So we go back in there, and it's like everybody just turned and looked at us. And so I said, you know what? Fuck this. You know, I had to pee. Shit, I got 2 40 ounces in me. And so, you know, unlike that one rap song where the motherfucker say, well, hey, you know, ooh, I got to take one of them long 8-ball pisses. So, you know, it was just like, no, I had to take one of them long Colt 45 pisses. Right? And then I just stayed in there. I went there, you know, breath smelling like Colt 45. No, I ain't finna do that shit. I mean, great the fact I had to hear it from my girlfriend, but, you know, I'm just like, whatever. It is what it is. But the thing about it though is this. I could have been a drunk before you know, these motherfuckers, they didn't know if I drank alcohol or not. Because it's say come as you are. So it's just like, okay, well, this is me in rare form or in true form, if you will. And everybody looked at me like I had shit on. But they say, come as you are. Come as you are. Okay, motherfucker, here I am. I'm fucked up. Didn't nobody pray. Didn't nobody do none of that shit. So I say all that to say this. 9 times out of 10, as fucked up as it is, as fucked up as it may seem, just know somebody gonna bring in their goddamn tax returns. And they finna be out of some money. Well, I mean, especially if you got kids, you bring it in there, what, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe $10,000 in tax returns. Ooh, pastor gonna lure you 10% of 10,000. Yeah, y'all do the math. You know, so but again, okay, what the fuck you finna do with that $1,000? I could be using that doing something without what I really need to do besides listen to your bitch ass preach about something, and 9 times out of 10, you really don't know what the fuck you talking about. Talking about, ooh, well, God told me this. Okay, God, listen, Yahweh ain't told you no such thing. And then if he did tell you, what form did he come in? What did he look like? See, they can't never tell you that. They don't, because they don't know. They lying. They always, all of them. Jeff Goldstein, TD Jakes, the Snakes, if that motherfucker even functional nowadays, that Cephro Dollar, I mean, damn, come on now. It's quite obvious what the fuck he wants. So, hey, it is what it is. But another case, one last thing. We already know that Jesse Jackson, he died, and Barack Obama with his bitch ass gonna sit up there. He pretty much had no type of respect whatsoever for Jesse Jackson. And then for the most part, right, if you actually really know what the fuck Jesse Jackson did when it came to Dr. King, right? Okay, you might would say, yeah, you a little shifty, right? But the thing about it though is this. Jesse Jackson's main thing was, hey, keep hope alive. And then this bastard gonna get on here and talk about, well, sometimes it's hard to keep hope. No, the fuck it ain't. No, the fuck it ain't. And so, and for the most part, depending on who the fuck you talk to, y'all remember that one scene in the very first barbershop? What Cedric the Entertainer, what did his character say? Man, fuck Jesse Jackson. You don't say shit like that unless you actually really know some inside information. Yeah, you could be old and grumpy, but some of that shit, hey, somebody knows something that somebody else don't know. That's all I'm gonna say on that. So, hey, look, for everybody that actually really watched this live feed today, hey, guess what? I appreciate y'all. So, guess what the hell y'all get to go do now? Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your big dad, tell your big birthday, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa. Motherfucker next door across the street around the corner, Paulus Harris, a.k.a. Crazy Uncle. Y'all catch me on the next one. Bring some more of your friends, especially you, number 4. So, hey, it is what it is. I'm going to holler at y'all.